Well, I shot the film in 2023, and I did it very shortly after my little brother passed away, and I just needed, at that time I just needed like a break from everything, and so I decided to make a film, although I didn't really have a script, and I didn't really I just did it with friends mostly. And so we did this film together. It was a lot of it was improvised. I had like an outline of the thing, but I didn't really know all the scenes, and so it was very. I think you would need to ask an actor exactly how I'm working with actors, because I think I'm giving them a lot of freedom, and I'm basically saying, okay, you have a discussion about this and this, and then eventually it'll you agree on this and something. That's how I maybe give that's how I give my director's input, and then the rest I leave to the actors, and then what I do is mostly I capture everything, and I see, okay, that part I like, and that part I like, and then I just use the parts that I like. So, for example, there is a scene at the beginning of the film which was 2 minutes long, I think, in the film, but we were talking for half an hour, and I just took 2 minutes of those half an hour. It was I would say there are two types of filmmaking. One is you really stage everything, and then the other one is you just capture it, like more like documentary-like, and that's the way I shot. The way how I used artificial intelligence in the film was I used it as a way of matte painting mostly. So I shot outside in the real world. We shot at real locations, and then I exchanged the background or a part of the background and replaced it with a more futuristic-like or retro-futuristic-like environment. And that's like how I mostly used it in this film. There are also a lot of other ways I used it, but then just that was the main thing. I guess I have a little bit of Mumbi in me, and I have a little bit also Q is the other character in the film, and so I have mixed feelings. It's I used it as a tool in this film to tell this story, and I could have never, without this tool, I could have never told this specific story. I could have never told a story which takes place in the future, because I don't have the budget, and even if I would get the budget for it, I wouldn't be able to tell such a specific, intimate story. So therefore I see it as something very beautiful, but at the same time, back when I used it for this film, and now the way it's getting better and better is also very scary. So there are like, it's both, and yes, I don't fully fear that like it will replace an artist fully, but I know for sure it will replace like those more technician kind of jobs, or like especially when it comes to VFX or something. But it really depends. With AI you don't really have control, and when you want to have control, then you don't use AI. Well, actually, that is the past in the film. So there was inside the film there was a war which emerged because of a Great Depression, because people didn't know how to handle technology. Also mentally, and after this war, everything changed, and they abandoned all technology after 2040s, and the kingdoms kingdoms came back, like the age of kingdoms, and so it has so it's actually not a world which is full of suffering and stuff. It is actually a world which is which is full of beauty, the one where the film takes place, is more like a discussion about perspective on how do we go through life, and how do we survive in a world where there will be always conflict.